Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is different, Rob. We haven't done this in like 2 years, bro.
I
It's
know we ain't really gotten this bag in a minute.
it's been a minute, man. 2020, we was actually doing our thing, and then
Yeah,
2021, we
yeah,
just like we gonna stop.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's been a while, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jarrell Dapper J. My co-host is Rob Bobby G. This is another
Yeah.
edition of A Thousand Jumpers, and
Yo, that
to
30
break the
seconds.
ice of these interviews, we got someone coming back. Coming
Yeah.
back literally 2 years to the day that we're recording this. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome friend of the show, Durand Bernarr. Welcome back to the podcast, man. How you
Yo,
doing, bro?
I'm just. It's glad to. It's nice to still be in the number. You know, as my mama said, it's great to be seen and not viewed.
That's
Let
real.
them know. Let them know.
That's real rap, man.
Preach. Preach.
Oh
so
yeah.
so first and foremost, how has everything been on your end? Before we jump into the interview, how's everything been? How you are physically, mentally, spiritually, all of that? How you feeling today, bro?
Physically, I feel very relaxed because I stretched this morning.
That's
Uh,
good.
and then mentally, I am. hmm, I'm present.
Okay.
I feel like I'm more taking in the moment than focusing on what's either going to happen or what did happen. So it's an interesting space to be in, to be more present. That way,
Mm,
nostalgia don't kick your ass later.
I know that's right.
Uh, mm, Spiritually, Freddie Mercury, Mercury is drinking that Gatorade, you know, um, and my asparagus is in lemon pepper. So like everything is just really, really doing what it needs to do. Uh,
Yeah, I gotta check these calendars, bro. Because every time I get on Twitter, Mercury's in retrograde.
Listen, but see, the crazy thing about it though, like when Mercury be in retrograde, it don't be affecting me though.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll be starting to believe that stuff.
It be passing over my door, like I got blood over my door or something like that. Like it just be passing over.
Yeah, my life be in
I really be
shambles. I'll be
chilling.
like,
I be chilling, y'all.
So we be
I'll be
chilling, then
like,
it
yo,
just
this
hits
might be
you.
on to something.
No, I mean, life happens. It's just life. That's what happens. Like things happen when you decide to be a part of society, when you decide to interact with other people, when you decide to live in environments that have communities of different people and different walks of life and cultures and perspectives and beliefs and all that shit. Like life is gonna happen. You're gonna click with people, you're not gonna click with people. It's just I never yeah, that's why I said I don't know about the Freddie Mercury drinking the Gatorade. Like I said, my asparagus beating lemon pepper at all times. But other than that, it's just life, bro. I don't dramatize when things aren't working out or trying to find something to blame because I think I'm so goddamn special that, oh my God, why is this happening to me? Bitch, why not you? Because if it wasn't gonna be you, it's gonna be somebody else. So like, why not?
Right.
So to get started, man, a lot has changed since your debut album. What was the process of creating Wanderlust, and how did you come up with that title?
So we talk about like, sophomore projects and uh coming up with a good follow up. For me, I think the first one that really kind of like that I realized, a good follow up project, it was Khalees's Wonderland for me.
Okay.
And uh, also, my favorite song off that album is Scared Money. If you know, you know. And I just wanted to give a homage to her because that's one of my favorite artists. That was, very influential growing up. How I express myself. Um, Hell, I was even putting 14 tracks on my projects back then because she had 14 tracks on her projects.
Uh,
So it was, yeah, it was just I want to just love on her artistically, and that's what I did. So I hope I sent her a message too, and I've been letting it be known like I this was a homage to her, and so I hope she sees it. I hope she feels loved and appreciated, and and seen, because she is that girl.
Well, when we send this out, we definitely gotta add her in the comments saying, "Yo, please listen to this album," because I think you gave the proper tip off to her. So no, that's dope.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
So what was recording this like? I feel like in comparison to the last album, because I feel like this album, it got a sprinkle of church in it, or more than a sprinkle. You hearing the instruments, I'm like, oh, this is a jam session.
Mm-hmm. So this was the first time that I was able to get with a band and create music in real time. For my project, I got a chance to do it with the Free Nationals. However, doing it for like my project, and like booking out a whole session and just playing different things, like, oh, I'm inspired by this, let's do something like this in this vein, or what would Michael McDonald do, just all those things. And then and then being able to play with people that you've been having camaraderie with for upwards of 10 years, so we already have a chemistry on stage. And then so coming here and doing it, it was very a piece of cake. So I don't ever want to put together a project where I don't have at least 1 or 2 sessions with a band.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, you start the album off with my favorite song on the album, Boundaries. So you started off with "Gotta set these boundaries. If I don't, you do for me." I think that's like a simple but profound statement. Like that's something that's like you really can live by, and I think that opens up an album that is clearly shows attention to lyrics. And I would like you to elaborate on that. Like,
yeah, so one of my mentors when I was a teenager, Yvette Singletary, shout out to her. She told me that you have to teach people how to treat you, or else they'll do it for you. And sometimes how they feel that you should be treated isn't really aligned with how deep down you deserve to be treated. So we got to learn how to peacefully say no. I'll never forget, when I first moved out here, I was crashing with Andre O'Neal. Shout out to Andre, friend of the family. And he had some chicken wings in the fridge, and they look good. Oh my God. And I was like, Andre, can I have a couple wings? He was like, no. With a smile. With a smile. No. And didn't even didn't elaborate on anything. Just no. It's not a bad word. I decided to take it upon myself to ask.
Right.
The answer was no.
At least you asked. Some roommates would have just been like, "Oh, I see chicken wings. Grab."
Well, see, here's the thing. I wasn't a roommate. I wasn't a roommate. I was a guest. So that would have made it even more worse.
Right.
I don't know, because like a guest will help themselves to something in your fridge mad fast. Like a roommate might ask. A guest might just feel entitled.
So shout out to you for having that kudos, because some people legit I can see now just be like, oh, I'm gonna just go in your fridge and see what you got. It's like, you didn't ask. Like, what if I really wanted those?
Yo, they be drinking some juice, and you be like,
well, it really depends. First of all, I'm a juice guy, so I always have like my juice is bountiful. So it's really
what's
just
your
help
juice
yourself.
of choice?
Oh, pineapple juice. Pineapple, Dole's in particular, pineapple, like orange, banana, like that type of shit. Oh God, I haven't had it in so long.
I dig that. I thought you were gonna say something like Ocean Spray. I'm more of an Ocean Spray cran grape. That's my bad personally.
Some cran pineapple.
Okay.
Change your life.
I'm judging you.
But you said it, because I was gonna ask you. I'm like, I'm an Ocean Spray over Dole, but shout out to Dole. When it comes to pineapple, Dole got it on lock.
No, Dole's official when it comes to pineapple. Like, what?
Yeah. And as far as orange juice, unless it is freshly squeezed, it is gonna be and always gonna be a Simply household over here. When it comes to the orange juice. Now, when it comes to apple juice, this is a Martinelli's household.
That's the only brand you can go with.
I don't understand.
Now the real question with the orange juice: pulp, no pulp.
See, for me, and
now we can judge you.
Always right. Listen. How I was raised. Pulp is a sign of laziness, because why is it in there in the first place? It sends a message that you don't care. And you want to work harder and not smarter. So it is a pulp-free, simply orange juice household over here.
What kind of animal drinks pulp?
None of us are animals on this pod. So we good. I don't drink
orange
pulp.
like you do an apple and just have your pulp right there.
Okay.
Yo, if I come to your crib and you got pulp in your orange juice,
No, you gotta give him the rock, the people's eyebrow, just be like, excuse me?
The judgment will not stop.
Now, something Rob and I, we were talking about, one of the credits, we saw that you wrote, produced, and obviously you sang on it. Would you be interested in doing that for an entire album of just you with like minimal help? Could you see yourself doing that in the future, similar to like maybe a Tank or some of the greats like a Stevie, Prince, etc.?
So what's crazy is, with the Durand project, I discovered the beauty of working with other people.
Mm-hmm.
So while I might record by myself, like that's one thing, but to create and bounce ideas off of, something, I really enjoy that. So because even I think it would be more so like in my mind, kind of like a Quincy Jones approach. Like if I were to, get musicians together and say, okay, this is the type of feel that I want to go for. Bass, can you give me this? Drums, can you do blah, 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 blah. Like you can orchestrate it, but it's still cool to have other ideas. Like, well, how about we try like this? Or, if this is, we're going to go to a bridge right here, or, or have you thought about this key? Or, it's just, I don't like being left to my own devices when it comes to trying to create longevity. I feel like like I said, there's beauty in numbers for me.
On Rolling,
Take that.
You say give me some of that 90s BPM.
Mm-hmm.
This album seems like a faster album than the last album.
Yes, it is. I'm glad that you said.
Like, did you come into thinking that you want to make a more up-tempo album?
Yeah, because I realized, I was like, okay, Durand is cool, but it's still like half like upbeat, like it does this.
Yeah,
definitely.
Like we start up here and then we kind of like,
man,
and then we like that. I just wanted something that was up here. Even the slow stuff, like pop, 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 boom, I needed it to just, I wanted to move. I thoroughly wanted to move with everything that I heard. I wanted to move, even if it was the slow stuff. I wanted to bop. So that was definitely a intentional decision. I didn't want nothing. So everybody's sending me all the vibey stuff. I'm like, save all the vibrations and the vibe stuff for the sleepy children. I need something that's gonna wake these up.
Yeah, this album really moves along. Like I said, by the time you get to Rolling, you're like, wait, we're like 8 songs in already. Like, this has been crazy. Like, it really gets you going. Like,
I'm glad.
And speaking of you saying some of the slower moments, even if it is slower, it still was up tempo. What was the backstory inspiration behind Level? Because that might be one of your slower songs on the album, but that felt like an album within itself of just the roller coasters of your range, production. Give us paint a picture of how that was created.
Ooh, that's so layered. Oh God. Well, the production of it, that's an easier story. I got with the guys in Erica's band. We got in to Dallas. Daniel Jones came up with the keys. Frank was about to start, boom, and I was like, wait, halftime that real quick. And then he was boom, boom, and I was like, ooh, yes. And I still have the original session where we're just, creating it. And I literally kept the entire thing as far as like the format. And lyrically, it was inspired by two different scenarios that beget something else, but it was more so. So there was a situation that happened with me twice when I was 19 and when I was 21, and I was placed in a situation where I had to be honest, and I think I was a little too honest, and it backfired. And so it was the one time in my life that I regretted telling the truth. And then a recent situation happened where I told the truth and it had a different consequence to it. And it was like I was brought in instead of shut out. And so it was kind of a reminder of like who I am as a person, and I can witness the result of how I've treated certain people in my life. And it's something that's beautiful. It's not anything that I'm ashamed of. I guess I've just been so on this journey of all these different things and trying to discover myself that I've been so high that this moment brought me down and made me kind of be still for a second and appreciate what just took place. On top of having a moment of catharsis in the club on Valentine's Day weekend when I ran into an old friend of mine who I had not spoken to or seen in 8 years. And the last time that we spoke was not the best time. It was really because of some ashy lip boy that got in between us. It was our early 20s, But it was seeing him in the club. I didn't know if he saw me or not. So I reached out and I touched his arm and he paused and he goes, "Can I tell you something?" And like my heart like just kind of and I'm like, "Yes." And he goes, "I just want to let you know that I am so proud of you and I've been seeing everything that you've been doing and you continue to keep doing your shit." And when I tell you I was a mess the rest of the night. This happened at 1 a.m. It took me till 5 a.m. where I'm laying in my bed where I took my last breath, where I actually stopped crying. I could not catch my breath for 4 hours because it was a closure that I got that I had just completely moved to the side. So it was woo, bring me in. So yes, that's Level.
Ooh, that sounds intense.
It very much is.
I don't know if I can deal with that moment in the club.
And what's crazy is like I've had a couple moments of catharsis where I literally erupted and could not control what was going on. But the fact that I had to do that in the club, it was just like
that's not ideal.
And I had to sit down on the booth, and then like the homies are noticing what's going on, and they're like, "What happened?" I'm like, "No, I'm fine. This is good. I just need a minute." Oh, God. And then then I find myself like laughing and crying at the same time because I'm just so flabbergasted that like it's ooh.
Oh no. I'd have had to get me a blunt or something.
Okay, now listen. And then, yes. So that was level.
So to go from level, now we go to my favorite song, the song that's been going viral on TikTok, Mango Butter. Hey man,
Yeah.
you got to tell me how that came about, the confidence, the bravado. Yo, you put your foot in that one.
So shout out to Chris Bivens, who's Butterfly Wolf on IG. Real talented guy. Yeah, shout out to Chris, man. I love that he enjoys producing music for me because I allow him to just be as expressive and, do a bridge and, do a change and, just I just let him do his thing. So I love that we've created that space for one another. The hook came first, which by the way, I'm gonna wait. The hook came first. I structured the verses. I had every intention of having actual lyrics for the song. I sent it to my homie Kevin Michael. Kevin was, I don't know, taking too long in the kitchen getting the popcorn, and so he didn't get it. He didn't finish it in time. So I just left the mumbling. I felt like the verses kind of insinuate what you're trying to say based on where you feel you are. So I own a man, I don't eat my man. Like, make it mean whatever you need to, but that hook is hooking. The hook is hooking.
What's that hook, dog? And then to see that going viral on TikTok, did you think
I'm so grateful
any of your songs will go viral, let alone that one?
I didn't know what was going to go viral. I was trying to like kick some stuff off with a little bit, and then it's like High grew its own legs over here, and then Mango Butter grew its own legs on TikTok, and I'm just like, oh, y'all are really doing these challenges. I love this, and now it's becoming the non-binary, gender fluid anthem, and I just listen. First and foremost, like I said before, I did not coin that phrasing. It's been phrased many different ways, but just to express duality. I don't think anyone has in a song expressed it this way. And of course, sang their ass off.
Talk about it.
Fact. The affirmations, like especially even at the end where you just talking that talk, I was like, man, like
because I am that bitch, and because I am that bitch is because I am that nigga, and that bitch and that nigga that reside in me coinciding together, fellowshipping as one to assist me in being a bad bitch as much as that
nigga. That's what the chef's kiss. That's that.
Sprinkle that on you right there. Sprinkle that on you right there.
Sprinkle it in, dog.
And shout out
premium marinade right there.
Shout out to Deborah Wilson from Mad TV, where she would do her impressions of Whitney Houston. And that one episode, she's like, I was born because my music is my gift, because my gift is my music, because my music is my gift, because my gift is my music.
That's crazy. I didn't even put that in there until now. That's
that's a crazy like.
There are a few little nuggets that are sprinkled throughout the album that I'm waiting on people to catch on to. One person caught on to one nugget. People are just now, once they really started catching on the Mango Butter, they're like, wait a minute, what are these lyrics? Because like I get the hook, but what's bacon tacos? And did you say Rubik's Cube in here? I just, and BEE told you woo woos.
You did, man. That's my jam. So when I play that, I'm
many gems.
I'm blasting on full volume, right, dog.
I love that. I love that for y'all. We need that, That's why I wanted to create some some shit that's thoughtful but uplifting, but will still make you move. Like
that's the tone
like
setter, because as soon as it comes on, it hits immediately.
And I don't think you heard me, so I had to say it again.
That's that Cisco right there.
Listen. Oh, by the way, speaking of Cisco, someone said that Cisco is the boy Fantasia, and now I can't unhear Fantasia singing thong song when I hear Cisco singing.
I have never thought of that, and now I just think of every meme of her screaming, and I'm like, Cisco be screaming for no reason.
And also another thing about the thong song, it only has one verse.
Yo, that's why it's so great.
He just repeats.
And he goes on the hook. I don't think you heard me. Like, we didn't hear the same verse 3 times. Cisco was that nigga, bro.
Oh my God.
We're thinking of dyeing their hair platinum blonde.
And then modulated.
This is
I'm just saying the kids used to sing. That's all I'm saying. The kids used to
once upon a time. Once upon
a time, okay.
So we talked about our favorite songs. What is your favorite song? What song were you most excited for people to hear on your album?
Well, Level goes without saying, because it's the most vulnerable. No, I lied. High is a real. That's no. Wait. Because High is intimate, but Leveled is vulnerable, and there's a nuance to them. I don't know if they in the same basket as as far as like being fruit, but I know they under the same roof somewhere. And but I love Leveled, but then I find myself wanting to hear a little bit, and I love the music of Little Bit. It's so catchy. It makes me feel like Rick James is trying to do a Luther impression. It's just, and then of course the like, if y'all don't know I love Crash Cut so much, if y'all don't know that by now, I don't know what to tell y'all. And yeah, like I just find different moments where I'm liking certain songs. There's been a couple moments where I've listened to New Management, and I don't know if I was high, but by the time I got to that very last note, when I'm talking about busting hell wide open, and my eyes start watering, and I'm wondering if it's because that song started out as a joke, as because Lil Nas inspired the whole thing. And I was just like, now that Lil Nas is the new manager of Hell, I cannot wait to go. Oh my God, are you serious? Like, I can just see it right now. Lil Nas just showing up randomly on the random Tuesday, showing up to Hell, not even knocking, just busting up in the place, talking about, you been down here 2,000 years, I ain't done nothing new. Like, what's up with these drapes, bitch? What's up with this wallpaper? So we just slid down into heaven with him, started a strip of boots on, gave the devil a rigid, stale lap dance, and then renovated Hell. You absolutely right. I want to go. But then I started to touch on like my upbringing and how fear was implemented into what I was told to believe. But there was a plot twist. And the plot twist was my mother. See, my mother taught me how to think, not what to think. But she did present what I should believe. However, because she taught me how to think, it overrode what I was told to believe. So basically what you're saying is that your mom is the reason that you're a non-believer. Absolutely. And she is a believer herself. Ain't that something? But I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful. So yeah,
that's
New
the
Management,
duality, right?
I've been, and somebody tweeted also like the juxtaposition of New Management being as churchy as it is, but the lyrical content is the complete opposite. I'm like, oh yeah, that song is my. Y'all remember in What's Love Got to Do with It when Tina went to court and she said, y'all can keep all that other stuff. Just the name. I want to keep the name. I worked too hard for the name. My artist development, how I express myself, the way that I can, be this thing. Some of that was I did, experience that in church. But now that I've grown up and I realize that some of that stuff was just not healthy for me, I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep all of this, but the belief system, y'all can have that. This stays here. This got my daddy's blood on it, but y'all can keep that. So yeah, new management was one that I really was, I was almost like, should I put this out? But it's like, no, if it makes you uncomfortable, you need to do it. You said you wanted to be an artist.
That's a fact. Also, you mentioned church. You mentioned when we were talking about Cisco back in the day when singers was singing. Mm-hmm. Now, what was it? Last month, 2 months ago, Puff Diddy, he he stirred up the internet by saying R&B is dead. What do you feel as if the current state of R&B should be?
Well,
or is, so by the way.
So here's the thing. Music, these things evolve and they morph into, other iterations of the same thing. I feel that for the younger generation, their version of R&B, a lot of them were raised on, 90s stuff. Like they were raised on the samples of the samples. So I feel like there are certain artists that might not have gone back far enough, maybe, to kind of really get a good foundation of where this all started and how it's evolved. So then maybe you can take some things from there that they aren't doing right now because they don't forgot, or that's not cool anymore, and just see how can I implement this and make it current so that I can, because everybody doing the same thing. Everybody want to be an artist. Everybody want to be an actor. Everybody want to. What about you makes the shit unique? So, and furthermore, I just want to say, Diddy wasn't talking to me.
He definitely wasn't.
He was not talking to me.
He definitely wasn't.
First and foremost, I'm not an R&B singer. So let's get that straight right now today. Are they fighting outside of my window? Hold on.
Hey, if they are, fan the camera.
They are fighting. They fighting. Hold on, let me close this window. That's first of all, y'all. I love my complex behind me because it is so ghetto over there. Every other day they be yelling and cussing somebody out. I be trying to find out what is the drama. Okay, I love it. Some man is holding some woman back because they over there trying to fight. I'm like, yes, y'all, entertain me. Okay, anyway.
2022, we still got World Star.
I know, right? Still got World Star. No, so I have never said, it has never come out of my mouth that I'm an R&B singer. What I am is a singer who happens to be fluent in the genre of R&B. So, okay. And everybody got this, and for the most part, a lot of us, at least in my age bracket, we got background in church or some kind of artist development where, where schools actually still put forth effort into the music curriculum and, so I'm just the fact that there is no musical curriculum in schools as if that's not important.
That's crazy.
It blows my mind. So, however, I can be a part of the solution, and the solution is come to the show. Come to the show.
That's the plan. When you come to DC, I plan on being there.
If anybody want to know what real music is supposed to be, whatever that is, come to the show.
Like part of the Diddy conversation that he talked about was the separation of hip hop and R&B on like the music charts. And I did notice, like when I used to get on Twitter, I would see people like tweeting R&B artists like with the same calendar that they would tweet like with rap artists, and I'm like, that was never a thing. Like we never was like, hey Mary, we need an album this year. Like we were never like, hey Beyonce, you kind of late on the album this year. It's like R&B never had the same timing as hip hop. And I think with the charts, it does like kind of force, like, especially if you want to be relevant, like you got to do a maybe a remix here and there, like, you know, a R&B, a hip hop collab or something. It's like you got to have product out consistently.
I just, two artists in particular came to mind, not from our generation. Well, no, not from my generation, but I was still aware, but I wasn't like able to take it in. Maxwell is one, and then Sade, which, by the way,
I knew you was gonna say Sade.
They're working on new music, and it's like when you are that, just, oh my goodness, that's why. Okay, first and foremost, Company was inspired by Cherish the Day by Sade. The ending of Cherish the Day, it switches up and it goes like that, boom. I was like, I wanted something in that realm. I want to make music like that music, like Earth, Wind, and Fire, where it's like it can sit with people. Or the fact that I just put out this project and folks are like, well, we still recovering from the last project. You put that much quality, like you actually took your time to do it right. So wait. I don't think that, I don't know, should there be I mean, I don't know, I guess there's the Billboard charts, but aren't there like R&B charts, rap? Like there's different charts, right?
Nah, the R&B and hip hop chart is like the same.
The R&B and rap is in the same. It wasn't that way growing up, like in the 90s or the 2000s. They were separate, but now it's combined.
I mean, it's a different feel. I mean, I guess it should. I haven't given it much thought because I'm just trying to just put out good quality music that's gonna outlive me. That's kind of my process. So,
and something that you had said, you were like comparing to Maxwell and Sade, and even with the gap in the last 2 hours, it's been 2 years. Do you think 2 years is good enough for you to, you know, live life and then to record and put it out, or do you want it to be longer or shorter?
Had this been earlier on, it would have probably been a little easier to do bigger gaps. But when you're still putting in your work to, you know, get folks in the shoot, I'm always like Tyler the Creator said, you think posting one time about your song is gonna be enough? Like you gotta post that shit every single day. Excuse me? He was like, I'm still promoting the last project. You know, so I think that's the main thing for me. Just getting it out to who's gonna hear it, and then everything else is a perk.
Now you mentioned the tour next year. Are you excited? Because last time we spoke, obviously we were in a global pandemic. No one was going anywhere. You've done select dates. Again, I apologize for missing your DC show. And it sucked because I had a friend of the show that opened. J&B Music, he's a friend of the show. He opened. I was like, dang, my homie's opening for Durand, and I'm not there. So that's on me. But next year, I'm trying to be you.
I don't want to make you feel. I don't ever want to make you feel bad because I know life be happening, but my nigga, you really fucked up.
In your town and your man's is opening. That's ridiculous.
I had another thing to go to that night, and I was just like, dang, I really want to go.
What was the other thing?
It was exactly. We had
no, it was a live podcast. It called And Then We Had Sex, and it was dope. I had already bought that far in advance for you announced
heard of that.
You should look them up. They're really
Wait.
Are they still fighting?
Okay, I thought they were still fighting. No. They talking calmly now. It was just they was all talking at once. I was just like, but yeah. No, it's this. That was because first and foremost, I was doing 90-minute sets on this past tour, and oh God, first of all, I don't find myself doing that no time soon again. Like I can do it, I have the ability, but that's a lot.
It is a lot.
And also I was really just making up for lost time because I couldn't, perform in front of folks. So I'm just like, I gotta perform on this album, and I gotta make sure I give y'all this project that just came out. And I've been wanting to hear people sing these songs back to me, and it feels so good. So I had to put that in, and it's like, all right, y'all, that was the warm up. Now let's go ahead and we gonna hit it again. So this is also the first time that I've been able to be this far out in advance and do my pre-sales for my project. So I feel really good about promoting it, and I know it's gonna sell out. Everybody's gonna have a wonderful time. Everybody's gonna be there with their choir robes on, ready. They're gonna know how their parts. The sopranos are not gonna be dipping into the alto section. The tenors are not gonna have no gum. Okay, I'm just believing we're just gonna have a wonderful time already.
No, I'm definitely excited. And again, once I get the tickets, I'm gonna hit you up and be like, "Yo, it's going down." And speaking of which, what is your favorite city to perform in? And do you get nervous before a show? Still.
So, my favorite city to perform in this past tour. Chicago was real turn, and I think more so Chicago was special because Chicago is big brother of Cleveland, and then also my mom got a chance to come to the show as well. So that was a good experience. I haven't really gotten nervous before a show in a while, and I say that because not only am I always performing in some capacity, but also I'm not up there by myself. And there's a room of people that are here to celebrate me and fellowship together. And I'm the reason that I've brought all these people together so that they can feel good. I don't think there's anything about that would make me nervous. If anything, it's gratifying, and it just makes me feel like everything that I've gone through, all the work, and I'm still doing, but it is so worth it. The process is I've learned to embrace the process. So yeah, the only time I would get nervous is if I knew that the band did not know the show and they supposed to be rehearsed. That would be the only time that I would go out there like, all right.
Have that real live jam session.
I'm feeling good. Or if I'm tired, like if I'm tired and I feel it in my voice, and it's like, okay, not necessarily nerves, but just like, okay, I gotta remodify this because we don't want to reach for something that is not there, and we want to be smart about our choices that we make vocally. Because you ain't new to this.
Does it happen often?
That only happened in not really. And it's like even the times that I was telling myself like I'm not gonna really smoke on this tour, bullshit. It's like even when I was supposed to be on vocal rest, I'm up here like smoking, getting my makeup done, like, and then going out and doing it, like no. And I was even telling for Toronto, like Toronto was one of those shows where we had to drive straight from Toronto and Chicago back to back because that was like a 12-hour drive to Toronto, and then we left at like 3 a.m. to get to Chicago from Toronto, and got there like right at sound check. So I didn't even get a chance to really sleep. And in my mind, I'm like, all right, I hope what I think is gonna come out of my throat is gonna come out, and it's gonna make sense, and we're gonna be able to edify this space. So, but it's just knowing your voice when you spend time with whatever it is that you're doing: skating, painting, acting, sewing, your makeup, cooking. The more you spend time doing it, it is just, you can do it in your sleep. And that's why they say, well, you make it look easy. I'm glad I do. He's not even trying. I'm not.
It's funny you mentioned Toronto on your tour, because when you reposted, and appreciate the repost, when I was asking like some of my friends and your fans, like, yo, what do they want to ask? It's like, how come he's not coming to Toronto? I was like, I don't know. I'll think about asking him.
I wish I knew. I think Toronto was one of my smaller markets, because a lot of the places that we're going to, they're basing it off of analytics, streaming, where folks but I would love to do a run where I'm hitting the Carolinas, and I'm like, because I love going down to Charlotte. So it's just I wanted to get something together. Definitely needed to hit Florida. I've been to Detroit, like, so Nashville, there's a few spots I'm like, I need to get to. So I'm hopefully adding some more dates where I'll be able to come see you guys.
That's what's up. So who do you want to work with in the future? Like, you have anybody on your list right now?
Where's my list at? I have a list of artists that I would like to. Wait a minute. Okay. Here we go. Hold on so I can pull it up. So Rihanna is definitely on that list. Solange for sure. I feel like me and Tyler, the Creator, would do something really obscure. I think me and Tierra Whack would be lit. That would be fun. Oh my goodness. Are you serious? Serious?
Shout out to Tierra Whack, man. She did not get enough daily love.
Man, I love her. She is such a sweetheart. So talented. Just insane. Hold on, because this thing is playing with my life. Where is it? Because I have two different lists of here's my dream collab list. Here we go. Okay, so Rihanna, Salt, Cleo Soul, Kendrick Lamar, Lil Nas X, Jennifer Lewis, Solange, Snoop, Jasmine Sullivan, Gwen Stefani, Cardi B, Lady Gaga, Fantasia, Sir, T-Pain, Jill Scott, Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes, Pharrell, Timberland, Diane Warren, Doja Cat, and Miguel. And those are just the people that I don't know. Now, the people that I do know, that list is way longer. And it's more. And it's more so just like a check off list. Like, okay, these are the homies that I know. Like, Erica's on the list. Jade Nova, Avery Wilson, Brian McKnight Jr., Rasan Patterson. Who else is on here? Janelle Monáe, BJ the Chicago Kid.
Your name is heavyweights.
Alex Isley. Hiatus Kiote, Shantae Moore, Nivea, Tank and the Bangers, Lettucey, Masego, Leanne LaHavis, Thundercat, Amber Riley, Cynthia Erivo, Yebba, Stout, Alex Newell, Wayne Brady. Let's see who else.
Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke?
Listen, let me tell you something.
Only you.
When he slid into my DMs, like, he's not fucking Wayne Brady, first and foremost, because Stevie Mackey had just posted my video, and he's like, "Yo, man, like, you are just amazing. I'm a fan. Would I be able to twist your arm into collaborating or writing a song together?" I'm like, first of all,
hell yeah!
You can't be rolling up in here like you're not Wayne Brady, sir.
Dog, that is crazy.
Wayne Brady been famous since famous. Famous.
Okay. Who else we got on here? Faith
Yo,
Evans,
you and Wayne Brady on a skit?
Oh yeah.
Hey.
As far as the songs that I have done that I've been able to check off, I did a song with Amorphous. I did a song with
that's cool.
Elijah Blake. Me and Gene Noble did something. Me and Money Long. I do have a song with the Free Nationals. It's not out yet though.
That needs to come out.
Let me see. The Internet, of course. Tidra Moses, K Tronada, Anderson. Knowledge. Yeah, we got a nice little list that I'm just trying to get this together.
I feel like
Rihanna's doing the Super Bowl, so you know she's making some music soon.
That would be amazing.
And she would need background vocals for the Super Bowl too. I'm just saying.
Here's where I am musically with Rihanna, because the new children are asking for music. Okay, for those of us that have been around, because me and Rihanna are the same age. She was born in February '88. I was born in September '88. So I was there when Ponder Replay hit. I immediately got that project. Yes, I did. Because it's if it's loving that you want, you should make me your girl.
That was the jam. Hey, that was the
replay was cool.
Even though Let Me is my shit. Boy, let me. Okay, let's stop.
Thank you. If it's loving that you want, that was my
Ponder Replay was cool.
Mama has given us. What I'm saying is, Mama has given us Music of the Sun, A Girl Like Me, Good Girl Gone Bad, Rated R, Loud, Talk That Talk, Unapologetic, and Anti. And then we got all the other different features and the soundtracks and the movies and whatnot. And then she locked into that makeup and that Fenty, and she said, "Oh, that's where the coin is." She's given us so much content. I mean, literally, since she came into the game,
that's a fact.
She's given us so much. I feel convicted a little bit. Like, Rihanna, why don't you give us some new music? Listen, I just need to know when I'm going to babysit my nephew, so I can clear my schedule, because like that's all I really care about.
No, that's real.
So like,
so I got a text from your manager saying you gotta go because you got things you gotta do. But I know, man, you definitely gotta come back again. When you come to DC, we got a link. I gotta give you some DC food. I don't know if you have mumbo sauce yet. You gotta have that. I
haven't had mumbo sauce, and I've heard about it.
We gotta fix that. Yo, you got my line. We gonna make that happen. Anything you want to say to the fans out there who's watching, listening?
Listen, first and foremost, we love Black men and Black women that are in therapy. We love folks that are taking the allotted time to really work on themselves and be the best that they can. We see you out here working. If nobody told you today, I'm proud of you. You know, and fuck the neighbors, fuck these kids. Okay, be yourself. You hear me? First and foremost. So
amen to that.
And
so
you know, and you know, get the new project so it can clear up your skin and lower your cholesterol, and regulate your all the things that you need in your body and whatnot. It's gonna be a good time.
It's definitely gonna help you burn calories in the gym. This joint go.
I told you, it
this
gets you
joint
moving,
go in the gym. So no, we appreciate it, man. Hopefully, it won't be another 2 years before you come back on the pod. Peace and blessings.
Hopefully, you won't miss another concert.
Yes.
Ooh, that's spice on that rap.
When I get the tickets, I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you. Be like, bro, I'm here, dog. So I can't wait for this to come out. You be safe. Everyone be easy.
It, boss.
Peace and love.
Take care.